I ain't even here right now. We the Blitz will bring to you the best look of the city view.
Welcome on to ESPN San Antonio. We thank you so much for joining us wherever you are. Lots of ways to dial us in. 1250 on the AM dial, 94.5 on the FM. You can go to ESPNSA.com, watch the broadcast live, and don't you wish you were right now? Because we'd like to welcome aboard on the website and around the world, Maddy Skye. How are you doing today, Maddy?
I'm doing great. How are you, Rob?
Well, considering the state of the sporting world, considering the state of the Dallas Cowboys, I guess I'm as good as can be expected. I'm in pretty good shape for the shape I'm in, but I'm not sure about my shape right now. It's panda bear, quite frankly. Maddy, yeah, I maintain a pretty consistent panda bear shape. You know, it's one of those things I try to keep up.
We can blame it on COVID.
Oh, we can blame that on. No, you can break that on the salt and lime HEB chips is what you can blame it on. But,
ew, I hate those chips.
Oh,
they're
man.
So terrible.
I eat them until my face literally just sucks up. Just they are. I can't
eat them
stop
until your feet are all swollen like little potatoes.
Seriously, I retain. You're exactly right. I can't wear my shoes. There's so much salt in those things.
Yeah, I know that from experience.
Well, it looks like no Fiesta this year. It has been canceled. We talked about it for weeks. And, you know, we don't want to hear the final no. You always want to hold out hope. But you knew it was coming, and we understand why. But so what are the ramifications for, let's just say, you have a bunch of medals that have probably a year on them. So if you had medals, what would you do with them at this current time?
I guess now they're collector's items because it's the 1 year, hopefully the only 1 year in our lifetime that Fiesta gets canceled. Hopefully it doesn't get canceled again in April. But you can buy them still because a lot of the medals benefit different charities here in San Antonio. So by buying them, you can still support those charities right now that desperately need that help, especially with everything shut down. And, you know, usual fundraisers are getting canceled, like galas and stuff like that go to support these organizations. That's a very easy way to get those, get that help to them. And I just saw actually before we joined the show that the Fiesta Commission is offering curbside pickups. I saw them tweet that a couple of minutes ago. So that's an option. So you can have contactless transactions. So yeah, go ahead and get those medals. Mine is out there. It's called Livin' La Vida Loca. And it benefits the Rape Crisis Center of San Antonio. And I don't know, maybe I'll do it again next year. Maybe it'll be a part 2 since I didn't get its shine this year. I really love that quote.
It was.
So, yeah, it was something that I came up with for Instagram years ago. And then I just kept using it and thought we should make it into a medal this year. And then Fiesta was canceled. So.
Well, we'll blame it on that. Get the medals. I just retweeted out at what your retweet, the SA flavor. You can pick them up tonight. They're on sale till 8 o'clock tonight if you want to go ahead and jump in there and celebrate Fiesta the correct way. And if you're on our website, you can check out our YouTube channel, Maddy's Extraordinary Medal, worthy of keeping. And it's a keepsake now. It is, in fact, a collector's item. Unlike any other Fiesta medal ever produced, this year's anyway, are going to live in, I don't know, man. It's tough news, but we know what it is. So I also know San Antonio. We're going to rebound. We're going to come back. We're going to figure it out. Yeah. And La Tuna immediately said, all right, we got you. For those of you that look forward to Fiesta for one particular reason, like me, La Tuna's got us taken care of for at least till the end of the year.
Yeah. The Fiesta delicacy that is chicken on a stick. So La Tuna is offering chicken on a stick for the rest of 2020. To kind of ease the pain of not having Fiesta, you can still get your skewered chicken patty and hopefully drizzle jalapeno all over it because that's the only way to eat it is with the jalapeno juice drenched over the fried chicken. So check out La Tuna. I think you have to call in to order it there, but definitely get some of that. I know there's a few other places that are offering chicken on a stick now as part of their daily or weekly menu.
Would you be as happy as, let's say, the chicken on a stick from La Tuna, which you know is going to be extraordinary, didn't have the pickled jalapeno, but had, say, like a popper or a deep fried one? Would that make you as happy, or does it have to be the pickled jalapeno with the juice?
You're raising the stakes. That would make me happier.
I'm an idea man. I'm just throwing that out there. Just another way to, kind of garnish what is a Fiesta staple. So, yeah.
That would make me so happy. You just gave me a birthday idea.
Well, I'll tell you, but for me, it's the pickled jalapeno and the juice. For the longest time, I thought, how does it taste like this? I didn't realize it was just the juice. I thought it was something in the deep fry or whatever it is. That to me, I like the pickled one. I like to have it with an icy cold. What? Go ahead.
You go ahead.
No, I was going to say, I appreciate having an icy cold beer. An icy cold beer. That tastes a little bit like a Big Red. There's a brand new Big Red beer that we talked about a couple of weeks back. Well, now it's available to purchase. We can buy a Big Red beer to go with our barbacoa on Sunday mornings.
I need this in my life.
Well, it's sold out. The pre-sale started at 2:30, and I checked about 10 minutes ago, and they were already sold out. San Antonio loves anything Big Red, so I could be pronouncing this wrong, so don't criticize, but it's Isola Street Brewing Company. They came up with this Big Red. Well, it's called Wild Rojo now, and it has Big Red syrup incorporated into the beer, and it's sold out. But I just saw that they're going to have a second batch, I think, coming up. And from what I read in their social media posts, it seems like they partnered with a couple of brands that people will recognize, and so they're going to kind of scale up the distribution. So hopefully it'll be in stores that people will recognize soon. I don't know what that really means, but sounds like they're going to do it big. Do it big for Big Red, or Big Red flavored, or red soda, whatever you want to call it.
They have the oak. They're actually using real Big Red syrup. Like it's not like you were calling it Wild Rojo. It's not like the White Lightning it is to Mountain Dew, or they're using legit Big Red syrup, or is it just like red cream soda syrup that we're calling Wild Rojo? The
first time that they announced that this was happening, they said Big Red syrup. And then today or yesterday, the update said that lawyers were doing lawyer things. So now it's going to contain that soda. They're very careful to say it has that soda, So
the more of the Wild Rojo they sell, the more Big Red is apt to sign on the dotted line. I think this is, when I see that they're already sold out, it tells me that they knew this was a product that was going to sell, and they've engineered scarcity. Like, we're only going to make 8 cases. We're going to tell them, we're sold out. We had no idea people would be all over this, but we've already partnered with a variety of well-known restaurateurs or products. I think this is going to be a hit, man. It's like when you, and I'd hate to admit it, like when you saw the first White Claw, and you thought, I have a feeling this is going to be around for a while. I have a feeling this is going to be popular. A lot of people like it.
Have you had a White Claw? I can't remember if you had or had it.
He's the king of the White Claw.
I have. I'm just not proud of it. I'm a beer drinker, and that's not going to go anywhere. But you could
They're
just
nice
tell.
And refreshing.
Absolutely, and everybody likes them except for the dyed-in-the-wool kind of beer drinkers like me. You knew it was going to take off, and I think this Wild Rojo beer thing is going to be a staple for San Antonio for a long time, because I thought I wouldn't even like the margaritas. They dump a Big Red into the margarita, whatever they call those. I love those things. Yeah. So I think I'm going to like the
Dosaritas.
Now.
The Dosaritas, that's what they are.
Something like that. Whatever. Hofbrau has a huge menu of them.
Mm-hmm.
I believe that's the first place I ever had one. Maddy Skye joining us here on ESPN San Antonio for her weekly Blitz appointment. Now, certainly it looks like we're headed toward at least a slowed progress to open, if not a decrease in what is already open. Over the last week, things have kind of steadied. As you've dealt with all of your press types, is the general consensus here that the only thing that's going to change in the next week is we're going to see a lockdown? Is that something that's a guess, or do you think that's imminent?
It varies, because Abbott has said one thing and then he'll say another. He'll say that, it's possible, and then he'll say that there's no plans for a lockdown. I think it's just kind of people wanting it, and nobody has an official word, but people are asking, and they're kind of inferring based off of what California is doing, or based off of what Florida is doing, that they believe that that's what's going to happen next for us. From what I feel like Abbott, we've been in this way for 2-3 weeks now, and nothing's happened. So, but I think I'm seeing a lot more restaurants and businesses making their independent decision to close for dine-in. But I don't know.
How far would our judge, or our county judge Nelson Wolf, or our mayor Nuremberg, how far can they take this without Abbott's consent?
I don't think they can put San Antonio under a lockdown. Abbott would supersede, his ruling would supersede theirs. They've been asking him for more jurisdiction. Maybe he will change his mind on that. But I don't know. It's all up in the air.
Well, here we sit. Fiesta is gone. I also got news today, saw it floating around the world, the Twitter's world, that the Battle of Flowers, the Rose Bowl parade and all this pomp and circumstance has been postponed as well, all the way into January there in California. Though, don't worry, they're still actively trying to ensure the Rose Bowl will be ready for a playoff game. What's that, James?
Now, if there's a night where I'd like to gorge myself and let's say take on 5 courses. I hear there's a place in San Antonio that is now open to a 5-course meal.
Yes, 5-course meal to go. Clementine and Castle Hills. That was one of the places that I've actually eaten out at during, the brief reopening. And I have to say they were super diligent with how clean everything was. Every table had their own sanitizer. But now they decided to shut their dine-in model and they're going to go only. But with that, they're doing their special signature Feed Me menu, which is a 5-course menu. When you dine in, it's like 7 courses. And when you dine in, I want to say it varies from like 60 to 70 a person. But to go, it's $25 per person for 5 courses. And this is sophisticated dining. What
are the courses? Okay, first of all, so we got salad.
He has questions.
We got salad. Then we get an hors d'oeuvre, right? That's a second course.
Appetizer.
Then we get our entree, and they bring that to me. And then dessert. What's the 5th course? And then if there's 7, what are the other 3 courses?
Oh, it was a treat.
Second entree?
Coming and coming.
Third?
Yeah, it was like
third
2
salad?
entrees. Yeah, it was like 2 entrees, 3 desserts, all types of different sides.
So they're just bringing...
Is
there rhyme or reason to what's coming next? You want another piece of cake? That's your fourth course. How does that work?
It feels like Beauty and the Beast for the food, just like the Be Our Guest theme. That's what it feels like. So what was your question? I couldn't hear you over myself speaking.
No, I was just curious how it worked. I mean, like, is there a logical progression? You get your salad, then you get the next, or they just keep bringing you stuff out? Like, you want another salad? Okay, that's your second course.
There's a progression.
2 entrees? That's 4 and 5.
It's one after another, yeah. It's really cool. So Clementine, $25, and their menu changes daily, but their whole menu is on their social, so check that out. But highly recommend. The food is delicious. I had sweetbread for the first time
big
there.
Courses?
I never knew what sweetbread was, and then I found out, but I still kind of forgot what it was. I just know it.
Did you enjoy your sweetbread?
Is it bread that is sweet?
I did until I realized what it was, and then it kind of
not down with pancreas, are you?
I was ready for the next course. Yeah, it tasted very gamey.
It is an interesting flavor, the pancreas. Yes, sweetbreads is an appropriate term for the wrong part of the cow, if you ask me. Maddy Skye had her some sweetbreads and enlightened our lives. Maddy, it's always a pleasure to catch up with you on Wednesday. Stay safe. Keep sending out the good word, and we follow her on the Twitters, mysa.com and Maddy Skye. Maddy, take care of yourself. We'll see you soon.
Bye, guys.